for many persons who choose to stop working, typically due to reaching a certain age or having sufficient savings and investments to support their desired lifestyle, retirement planning is the way to go. In Nigeria, the mandatory age for federal civil servants is 65 years, while for private sector, it varies according to various companies. Some of the challenges of the retirement policies in Nigeria include delay in payment of pensions and gratuities to deserving retirees in Nigeria, which could be fueled by lack of accountability, poor leadership, embezzlement of pension fund, inaccurate pensioners' records, and gross incompetence on the part of pension administrators. But what can be done to ensure life becomes better for retirees? Joining us in our Abuja studio is CEO, SEM Consultants Limited, Dr. Eugenia Ndukwe. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Ndukwe. It's a beautiful time to talk about this because oftentimes so many people who are probably employed or unemployed, they do not necessarily think about how they retire. We've heard of some people who would say they are retiring young, while some people who are still very much in their old age are not exactly retiring because they're still looking for how to make ends meet. Talk to us about the benefit of understanding the importance of planning for retirement age.
Thank you very much. When we talk about issues about retirement, it's all about us taking our own fate into our hands. And before now, we know, of course, the Pension Reform Act of 2014 that carved way for robust pension policies that caters for the needs of retirees in Nigeria. However, following the fluctuation of the economy, there is a need for the policy to be comprehensively reviewed in such a way that it sustainably caters for the needs of retiring or aging Nigerians. But again, like I mentioned, retirement planning now has to do with us, me as an individual, and you yourself. What is that are you making to ensure that you secure a future for yourself? And this future is a future that lacks agility and strength, a future where you may not have all the opportunity to pursue all of your life dreams that fuels or caters for your finances. So most recently, there is a lot of advocacy for retirement planning literacy, where we encourage individuals to now begin to take very conscious steps as regards to how they choose to live their life after active years. And like you mentioned, for the public service, it says 65 years. For the private sector, you can work as long as you want, depending on the policies of the organization. However, what we are saying here is that retirement is not just about the time at which you choose to stop working, at the time at which you choose to stop receiving a monthly income, but also a time where you are no longer able to, your strength is no longer able to take care of you or carry you to be able to plan or prepare or fund your needs. So for me, basically, what I usually encourage is for every individual, irrespective of the sector where they are, irrespective of their age, to be very intentional about issues that has to do with their future.
Being intentional about issues of their finances. Early this year, PENCOM released a figure of about 10.19 million Nigerians having a retirement account. This is little compared to the total workforce we have in the country. This sort of points us to the direction of the issue of enlightenment. How can we increase this figure in Nigeria?
Well, first of all, we need to understand that The informal sector in Nigeria, the informal employment sector in Nigeria takes about 60 to 65% of the employment value chain. And this sector is not covered under the compulsory pension scheme. So skilled workers most times have nothing to fall back on once they get to that age where they are not able to do much for themselves. So I think basically it's all about the individuals taking these issues into their hands and making adequate arrangements, and that there's an increased advocacy for retirement planning literacy across the entire country.
So in what way do you think they can take this literacy, this education across the country? Because the informal sector, about 80% of them, contribute to the nation's economy. And, just like we said a little earlier, they walk into, that old age. Are there some things that they need to have at the back of their mind? Because some would say, I don't even want to use the conventional banking system rather than even go into pension, PENCOM, where I may not be able to get my money when I need them. Those are the concerns. So how do you think we can take this information to them, this education, literacy to them, in order to make them pension literate?
Well, when it comes to that, fundamentally is disintegrating this information at all levels, and everyone is a stakeholder. For everyone who has someone working for them is a stakeholder on issues that have to do with retirement planning in Nigeria. But again, there are much more organized institutions who have been engaged in developing programs that helps to prepare or even inform people about issues that has to do with their retirement. I could also mention to you that we have a program coming up called the National Pre-Retirement Summit. It's a free program that gives opportunity for those who are planning, who are interested in planning for their retirement, who are interested in planning for their future, to walk into the summit and get the necessary information and knowledge that would help them to better prepare for life after working, or for life when their strength is already failing them. And then also individuals can take this course upon themselves to seek for institutions or maybe schools that offer courses that relates to planning or preparing for your retirement.
All right, let's also talk about the value of what they get at the time of retirement. We've seen double-digit inflation over the past years, and there's no how this will not reflect in the value of what is given. How can we address it? Because if the investment is not superior to the inflation rate, then the value of whatever they will get will be eroded.
It is important for us to note that the average monthly pension income for retirees in Nigeria is less than $20, which is about 20,000 naira. And in all reality, what do you think, or to what extent can 20,000 naira take care of an individual needs? And especially at that age where there are so many other issues confronting them, issues that has to do with their health. According to the World Health Organization, over 70% of Nigerians, adult Nigerians, have one or two chronic diseases. And for those, and then over 40% of retired persons in Nigeria have at least 4 chronic disease he or she is going to be dealing with. The issue here is that how is such an individual able to take care of their health, looking at the fact that what goes on with him at the end of every month is is about 20,000 naira or less. So I think generally when you begin to think about planning for retirement, it's also very important for you to also consider what is your financial state at that particular point in time. So your retirement goal should align with your income. In a situation where you want to retire at 65 and then you have plans to either go into business, you have plans to either go travel, or pursue other areas of interest, what are the factors that you have to consider at this time where you have almost everything working out for you? So basically, what I advise people who are intentional and are interested about securing their future is, of course, go through what I have mentioned earlier, which is the literacy, seeking for appropriate knowledge, and also seeking for financial advice that will help them to better now begin to prepare for how much money they might end up needing at the time they are retiring. And again, one of the issues I observe with most people who are planning for retirement is that they think very fast, and they are so desperate about the securing that moment of their life, and then they make decisions without taking appropriate steps, without being well prepared and informed before going into such investment. When MMM came on board, most of the victims were majorly public servants, because they feel that I can put in all of my savings and then in the next few months I have 100% returns. It doesn't work that way. There are so many other investment options that are available for you that you can take advantage and carefully plan, and then adequately prepare, use that opportunity to prepare for your retirement. And this summit that is coming up is actually a good opportunity. It's a free summit. It's a summit that offers people who are very intentional about their future to come in and get a lot of knowledge, because there's not much we don't have too much time for me to begin to educate you on this platform, what you would need, and then the kind of investment options that are available for you, investment with low risk, and investment with returns that the returns can accumulate over a period of time and be able to help you support your aging period.
This upcoming summit, because we've seen pictures of the aged who queue for their pension. Some of them even die during queuing, during biometrics and capturing and all of that. And then we see some people who feel, why do I have to subscribe to this scheme? Because at the end of the day, we've read about scams, from these schemes and all of that. So where is the place of transparency? Exactly where are we in this country? In the place of transparency, trust, because if I have to be paying pension, it's like entrusting my future, entrusting my end times, in the hands of, an institution. So how do you look at talking about these, educating people during this, upcoming event that you're referring to?
Well, I would still want to refer to the Pension Reform Act, which is actually what is currently guiding the pension scheme in Nigeria. There's a need for a comprehensive and a robust review of the policy in such a way that it can sustainably take care of the needs of our veterans. And then secondly, for those of us who are still young, it is now time for us to also begin to look at the experiences the veterans are undergoing, and then take appropriate steps and measures to ensure that we do not fall victims to issues regarding that. And of course, the summit, I believe, will give you opportunity for you to gain the right knowledge, the right skill, meet the right set of people, and then talk to the experts who are there committed just to ensure that they empower your future. And then thirdly, I think also that the pension fund administrators are doing quite well. They are doing quite well. However, we have existing potholes like every other system in the country. You know, things cannot be so perfect. But it's now also very important that aside what our employers have designed for us, there's a need for us to have our own individual retirement savings, I won't say retirement savings account, but I will say retirement savings plans, in such a way that if it is assets you want to invest into, you know, if it is mutual funds, whatever it is you really want to go into, well, you don't have to 100% depend on what your employer is going to be providing for you at retirement. So when they come to this summit, they have an opportunity, like I said, of meeting a very diverse audience that could really, really help them to navigate, help them to prepare, and help them to
absolutely. Dr. Ndukwe, please, sorry, hold your thoughts. We'll have to take a break now, and then we'll definitely pick up from where we're leaving off. Do stay with us on TVC Breakfast. We'll take a break. I'll be back real soon.
Dark marks, I've tried everything. Nivea Lumina 630 works from day one with visible results in just 2 weeks and 71% dark marks reduction in 12. Join the 1 million women already using Lumina 630 from Nivea.
Thanks for staying with us here on TVC Breakfast. We've been talking about the issue of pension, which has generated a lot of reactions in Nigeria, especially when we have our aged who will be queuing up to get their life savings and then have a better life after years of service. We've been speaking with the CEO, SEM Consultants Limited, Dr. Eugenia Ndukwe, who is in our studio in Abuja. Thank you so much for hanging on, Dr. Ndukwe.
All right. I also want to talk to you about the fact that we still have some issues as regards protection of data. To an extent, we have a number of ghost workers in the civil service. We still have some challenges like falsification of ages. I saw a report where a particular pensioner was reported dead, or he was still alive, but he was registered as someone that was dead. What do you suggest we should do as regards protection of data, especially for retirees?
Well, technology has provided solution for everything, and if the system is really ready to provide a sustainable solution, we can take advantage of technology. We have fingerprints, you know. So if I am dead and you have the record, and then maybe, I don't know, someone maybe somewhere is having access to what is due for me, you know, technology can take care of all of those things. We have quite a robust system, softwares, individuals, and experienced individuals, of course, whom we can rely on. We have global experience that we can as well leverage on to improve in our own local system. So in terms of issues relating to data, I think if the system is very, very interested in overhauling and improving on what is already in existence, we know what to do. We know what to do. It's very glaring. Issues of ghost workers and all of this, I don't think it's something that we should really focus more interest on. Reasons being that the right technology is there for us to address issues that has to do with data theft within the system.
This conversation. Talk to us about exactly when your program is coming up and who are you expecting to attend, and where exactly is it holding, very quickly?
Okay, thank you very much. So the National Pre-Retirement Summit is a summit that has been designed to help me and to also help you and every other person who is interested in securing and empowering their future, especially those moments where your strength and agility will be failing you. The program is going to be taking place on the 10th and 11th of July here in Abuja at Sheraton, the former Sheraton Hotel, which is now the Abuja Continental Hotel. And it's absolutely free. We are going to be having expert speakers who are coming from the global environment and also from our local environment to share with us insights on how we can better plan and prepare for our retirement. That is the reason why we call it Pre-Retirement Summit. And the interest about it is that we don't have age specification. You don't have to be 30, you don't have to be 60. Even a 10-year, 20-year-old child can begin to think about their future. I don't know how much you have really planned or set for your future. So if you have time, I will also give out this invitation to you to make sure that you come over there, because you will have an opportunity of meeting with experts.
Thank you very kindly, and thank you for extending that kind gesture, to us. Definitely, our organization actually looks into, ensuring that we also retire better. Thank you very kindly, CEO, XM Consultants Limited, Dr. Eugenia Ndukwe. Wish you well. Best of luck in all your endeavors in helping those who will be retiring real soon. Thank you.